Hello again everyone, Craig here from Soundiron, and in today's walkthrough we're going to be exploring the world of Sonespheres Limitless, which is the ultimate compendium of the Sonespheres series where ethereal realms and boundless creativity seamlessly merge. Over the past few years we've been collaborating with film and TV composer Blake Ewing to bring you the Sonespheres series, and it brings his unique approach to recording and sound design to really give you an amazing toolkit for any type of scoring. So for this compendium, we've taken all four of the Sonespheres libraries from distance, origins, current, and direction and put them into a single NKI. And what's really awesome about this is that you can take all of this unique and inspiring content and be able to blend between them seamlessly using this XY right here in the middle. And not only can you map this to the panning of all of the different layers, but you can also map them to these macro knobs, which we'll be checking out later when we're exploring some of the presets. So before we start exploring some of the presets, I thought it would be cool to check out some of the content for each of the different volumes of Sonespheres. So right now we have Sonespheres 1 loaded up in layer 1, and you'll see that it's using the bode bank. So when you click the top drop down, it shows all of the different banks. And then when you click the drop down below, it gives you all of the different sounds that come with those banks. So there's a lot of content to check out. So we're not going to be able to get through everything. If you want to watch the more detailed walkthroughs for each library, we'll have that in the YouTube playlist. But let's just go ahead and listen to some of these bode bank 1 sounds. This is the altitude. Let's check this out. And let's have a listen to some of these other ones. This one's called Arc. Let's try another one. Let's try this one, Erode. There's also a couple piano banks, so let's have a listen to these. And then you'll see there's a bunch of different ones within these piano banks, so a lot to play around with. So let's just check one out randomly. So some different sound design pianos. And these are great because if you want to use something that sounds like a piano but doesn't quite just sound like a grand piano or something like our emotional piano or something like that, this is great because you're getting that piano sound, but it has its own unique approach because it's been sound designed to have a little bit of a different feel. Let's try another one. This one's called Arrival. Let's check out this other piano bank. Really cool. Let's have a listen to some of these other banks. This one is some vocal banks. Let's check out some more. And then there's also some wind banks, and this is based off of some different flute recordings, so let's check this one out. So now let's go ahead and check out some of the sounds that come within Sonospheres 2 Origins. And what's really cool about these different volumes is they all have their own unique sounds to them. And this one's got some really cool low-end drops and hits and some of these bass banks. Really nice for kind of being a counter to some of these more higher-end sounds. So let's have a listen to this one. This is great, especially if you're doing any kind of scoring and you're scoring a scene that has a really intense sound and you want that kind of low, sort of just very tension holding, but just more underscore. This type of stuff is really good for that. Let's check out some of these drops. And then there's also some hits. There's also some pads and rhythmic textures as well, so let's have a listen to some of these pads. Let's check out some of these rhythm banks. Now let's have a listen to some of the sounds that come within Sonospheres 3 Current, which is a unique sonic palette that has a diverse array of instruments like harps, impacts, pianos, and different bass synths. So let's check out some of these sounds. And you'll see if you click this top drop down, you see all these different types of sounds. So there's some harps. Let's check this out. You You hear there's some cool sort of reverse sounds in the back. So this next one's a little bit of a different take on the first one. And what's really cool about all of these different libraries is that it's taking these acoustic sounds and then sound designing them. So you're having the option of not always having to reach for an actual instrument like a harp, and being able to take these sounds where you want to have a harp but not sound quite like a harp, or a little bit of a more expressive sound designed version. So let's check out some of these other sounds now. Let's have a listen to some of the piano sounds. These are some of my favorite. It's a very moody piano sound. Let's check out some of these other ones. Let's check out some of the bass synths. You can see when you click this drop down, there's a bunch of ones to choose from. Let's check out some other sounds now. This is from the Shallows One Bank. So now I'm going to show you some of the sounds that come within Sonospheres 4 Direction, and this is a collection of manipulated strings, pianos, mallets, synths, and some different field percussion. So let's check out some of these. These are some guitars, so let's have a listen to this. Really cool. Let's listen to some more. This one's called Traveler. Now let's listen to some of the mallet sounds. And with some of these, I love how you can just press and hold a note and it just evolves on its own. It has a really cool sound to it. All right, so let's listen to some of the piano sounds. There's a bunch to choose from. Kind of reminds me of Resident Evil a little bit. This one's called Fragile. Let's check this one out. Let's check out some of the strings. These are some of my favorite from this collection, and they just have a really cool sound to them. So let's check this one out. All right, so now let's check out some of the synth sounds. And then there's also a Vox category, which is some different manipulated sound design vocals. Here's some different phrases. And then you can also spread any of these chromatically. This library also comes with a bunch of presets that are great for just kickstarting your next track or just using as a cue starter, and there's a lot of them. So if you want to get to it, you just click this top drop down up here. You'll see there's a folder for Blake's and then a sound design custom effects preset folder. So let's check out some of Blake's. So he has a bunch of them right here, and you'll see that they're all categorized by different styles and moods, and just, you know, basically to where if you're going to start scoring something, this will help you kind of get to where you're going quicker. So if you're looking for something for like underscore, you need some movement, these are great for that. So let's check out the start here, double click this, and let's play around with it. We'll head back over here. So you'll see now we're getting some cool stuff going on with the XY pad. And if you click the macros tab over here, you'll see that this is doing the left and right fade and the top and bottom fade. You can also set these to be different macros, and we'll get into that in a little bit, but let's just play around with some of these presets. Then if you want to cycle, you just click this little right arrow right here, and you'll see that everything changes. All right, so let's check out some of these presets that are in this folder called cheat codes. So let's double click this and play around with it. Let's check out some of the presets now that are from the underscore folder. So something I want to mention with these 4 layers is that you're not limited to only one library per layer. So what you can see with this preset, it has 4 layers, all Sonospheres 1. So you can really mix and match all the different types of sounds, and you really have no limits when it comes to how you can blend and use these different sounds that are in this library. All right, let's check some out from the movement folder. And with the X and Y axis, you can have these turned on or turned off. So as you can see, as I'm playing a note, it's automatically moving for you. You can turn this off if you want, or you can turn it back on. So you can see this is set to a macro, but if you want to change that and maybe have it do more of a fading between sounds, you can do that. And then you can also use this as a way of controlling it with another CC. So for each layer, you also have a lock button right here. So you'll see that you can unlock these or lock these. If they're lit up, they're locked. And now I want to show you the beauty of the randomize button. So this allows you to keep the sounds that you have, but randomize everything else. So if we just click random, we get some different types of things going on. And with these macros, they can be assigned to all types of different stuff, whether it's sound shaping controls in the front, or if you want to assign them to effects in the effects rack, you can do that. So if we were to have, let's say we swap this out for this rotator right here. So then if we head back over here and we go to this layer, then we can assign this to the effects rack. And you'll see that you have some different things that you can assign it to, the delay or the rotator, and then you can control how much of the max and minimum that is being used. So and then we can also change where this is looking. So if we want to set it to distance, we can do that. So it's really cool, and sky's the limit when it comes to how you can have this engine be able to manipulate all types of stuff in real time, and just allowing you to control it with a couple different CC sliders. So if you've seen the walkthrough for Quadrille 3, this user interface should look very similar to you. And if you've seen that walkthrough, you also know that with this user interface, you not only have all of this content to play with, you also have the ability to do some other things. So there's some extra stuff here. You can have a bunch of wavetables, and you can also import your own samples. So you can really customize this to everything that you would want. So you can blend your own sounds with this library, so it's really cool. And then you also have some sustains and staccatos. So if you want to do wavetables and you click this, you have all these wavetables to choose from. And there's just a lot of really cool stuff that you can do to really take this library and make it your own. So that about wraps up this walkthrough for Sonespheres Limitless. If you want to learn more about this library, check the link in the description below or head over to soundiron.com. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. See ya.